Wow. What a win, what a game, what a performance by our guys. For 60 minutes, I thought we played really good football against an excellent football team. Proud of how our guys responded Monday through Friday after a difficult last Saturday. And we talked about belief. We talked that we were a really good football team that didn't get it done last week, and that was over. And we needed to believe this week that we were good enough to beat these guys. And great plans by our coordinators and executed well by the coaches. But I'm so proud of that team. We played everybody we could play on defense, especially linebackers and D-line, because it was hot. We were cramping. Beebs was cramping on the offense. We ran the ball for 270 yards or something like that against Oklahoma. Deuce Vaughn's a pretty good football player. That Martinez kid's a pretty good player. And I told him last week that I believed in him. Even after the loss, I said, I believe in you, and everybody in this place, everybody in this room believes in you. Met with him again on Sunday. Told him how much I loved him, how much I believed in him, and just go out and play and have fun and rip it. And he did. And credit Coach Klein for putting him in situations early on in that game, whether it was a seam ball to throw or to run it. And he made some runs today that I saw all through fall camp. And only this time he was live, as opposed to nobody could hit him. And so super proud of that kid, proud of our offensive line, and then 84,000 here. And I didn't get to appreciate that in 2020, and I got to appreciate that tonight. And we got to build on this. And these guys are going to enjoy the heck out of it. Don't ask me about Texas Tech. I know they beat Texas. We'll worry about that tomorrow. We're going to have some fun, and can't wait to see Dr. Frank Trace tonight when we get back to Veneer.
Coach, is it kind of amazing how definitive Adrian was after being so hesitant?
It doesn't amaze me. I think the expectation is there from us, and I think the expectation is there from him. And he understands. He's heard it, and I'm just so proud of how he responded today against a dang good team in a tough environment, and that was a lot of fun to watch.
Coach, were you guys the tougher team?
I couldn't tell you that. We had one more score in the end than they did, and they onside kicked it to the kid that's got the best hands on our team, in Cade Warner, and I felt pretty good. And then when he recovered that, I was like, wow, we're going to beat these guys again here. It's amazing to do this 2 times in a row here.
Given last week, was this week a bigger challenge for you guys?
Yeah. But I will tell you, from the first practice on Monday, we had put it behind us. And that was the key of putting it behind us. And being around those guys, they were very loose. They know that they let one slip. It's college football. You can see it. It's hard to win games. And I talked about it on Monday, guys. It is hard to win college football games. Everything you've got to do to the best of your ability, and then hope some things align right. And I think that happened for us tonight. It was pretty sweet tonight.
On the 3rd and long in the fourth quarter when Adrian had the 55-yard run, was that a designed run all the way?
Nope. We were throwing 4 vertical at him, hoping that we could throw a seam route. Because they played soft zone and they covered the seams, and he made one guy miss, and I saw him turn it on to another gear, and that was fun to see.
Let's talk about
What's up, Derek?
You had a substitution pattern that caught them because they had a late sub come on. You kind of coached that?
Yeah, we do, because it happened, I think, like 2 times in a row. They subbed, and then then we subbed, and then they had another sub. And that's something we truly work on. Gives our guys a rest, and then I don't know did they use a timeout on that one? But they got the delay game, so that was big. our defense played really well in the third quarter for as much as those guys moved the football. They moved the ball. Gabriel's a stud. He's a really good player. They got great wideouts, really good running back. But for us to only give up 3 points, I believe, in that third quarter, as much as they drove into our territory, we stepped up.
Coach, talk about how a loss can energize a team, especially going into the conference game.
Well, I don't know if a loss is ever going to energize, and nobody wants a loss. So for starters, I don't know if it energizes you, but it makes you take every game and realize there's only a few of these things that we get opportunities on to play. I don't know if it energized us. Never would I say that it would energize us, but I just know that our kids believe they're a good football team, but they have to go out and prove it, and tonight they proved it.
Coach, you had after the game was tied, Malik Knowles had a long kickoff return that kind of set you guys up there. How important was not only that, but just special teams as a whole tonight?
Yeah, it was big to get 3 out of that last drive, I think, right before half, to get us back to a 7-point lead. Nobody's going to ask me yet. I took the ball this time. We won the toss and took the ball. Okay?
You've won every time you touch.
Well, we've only played a handful of games, but we won the toss and we took the ball because I wanted to get our offense on the field and let Adrian go. So we get up 7-0 with that drive. Getting that 3 right before half, knowing that they were going to get the ball back and they were going to make a lot of adjustments. And I think the big key drive of that third quarter is when they made some explosive plays and only got 3 out of that first drive.
How big was Ben Center?
He was awesome today. Old Waterloo Columbus Catholic high school kid like myself, and he made some big-time catches. And excited for him that Adrian went to him, and he's a big kid. And made some big-time plays, and he got one of our game hammers tonight.
The bubbles seem to be working. Was that the perimeter blocking kind of shape?
Yeah, and they were continuing to stack it against Deuce, and so I appreciate Adrian throwing it out there because we were running some inside zone and really creasing them early on, and then they started packing it in, and so we were getting 5-6 yards on those bubbles. I'll give Phil a lot of credit. He was banged up, and he kept fighting to get some extra yards, and then Cade comes back for the football on a big, what we call a wheel route, comes back for it, gets the pass interference call. That got us field position. So we had a lot of things happen for us that were positive. The other thing is, against a defense like that, we didn't turn it over. And we were aggressive and didn't turn it over. And that's something that I don't think they turned it over either. It was a pretty clean game, but the big kick returns almost like a turnover.
Coach, you got some vertical plays on you in the second quarter. How'd you guys get that stopped?
We missed a read on their long touchdown, something that we work on. I give them credit. They did a good job of disguising it, and our kids didn't see it. And then we covered it the 3 other times they did it, and Gabriel ran for about 20 yards. So that's part of what you risk when you're rushing 3. And we thought they were going to just RPO us to death, and they didn't do that. The quarterback run was going to be a problem for us. I don't know what he rushed for, but he had 60 yards, and we just lost some scramble lanes.
Can you explain how you think Adrian running so much tonight, whether signs or scrambles, really just kind of helped him get some confidence?
Yeah, I think it just got him into the flow of the game, and his last touchdown run, or second to last touchdown on the 15-yard rush. From my vantage point, was a great play because it wasn't blocked up perfectly, and luckily he pulled it on a fake to Deuce and scored. But that was a big play, as well as obviously the 55-yard run. Just him being decisive, and if it wasn't there, I'm going to go. And then we're downfield on the one play, ineligible man downfield, which was a good call. But that was vintage Adrian. That was a big-time college football play.
How big was it just for a jolt of confidence to get out to the big early lead, and then every answer that you seemed like you had all night?
Yeah, we had answers all the time, and we found a way to get a drive after they got a drive. Even if that didn't result in points, we were able to flip the field. I thought Ty kicked the ball pretty well. I was really happy. Was Chris Tennant 2 for 2 or 3 for 3 on field goals, so Chris kicked the ball well. We needed all those points, and Ty neutralized them with great punts and great kicks.
Coach, at the very end of the game, the onside kick, there's been some strange onside kicks in your time with K-State and Oklahoma.
Yeah.
What is your reaction as soon as that ball?
I'm so glad they kicked it to Cade, because Cade's got the best hands on the football team, and he got the thing, and I looked up and there's 32 seconds and no timeouts, and I'm like, wow. here we go again.
Chris, with the last year in the Big 12, half the games went right down to the wire. Didn't matter who was playing. Are we headed for that kind of league again, you think?
Boy, I don't know if my heart can take it. I don't know, but it's a good league. Everybody knows it. It's hard to win. Hard to win on the road, hard to win at home. We all know that. And we're going to enjoy this and then find a way to get ready for Texas Tech.